Oh, well, gentlemen, you laid the foundation with that inspirational quote. And because it is Motivational Monday, we are back with Mindful Revolution, an organization that serves business leaders to build future-fit employees. Now, it doesn't matter how many therapists or professional help you receive, if you don't choose to implement the changes suggested, you will struggle to get any better. And chatting to us about how to be your own therapist is Mindful Revolution's director and facilitator, Mark Joseph. It's so great to have you here. And what a great way to kick off the Monday, fresh week with the best mindset possible. Now, we are talking about mind fitness, mental fitness rather. What exactly do we mean when we refer to that phrase, mental fitness?
Okay, yeah. Thank you. Good morning. I'm so happy to be here, Zoe, and it's so bright and wonderful. Good morning. Happy Monday. Mental fitness, I think it's kind of like a term that people are not quite understanding because whenever we went to the GP or the history of sort of mental illnesses, you either get a prescription or you go to your therapist when things are not working, when you're feeling down. But what we're suggesting is imagine a world where there's no toothbrushes and there's no toothpaste. You imagine a world like that, and you only go to your dentist like once every month for a cleaning. I mean, that wouldn't be great. Okay?
It would be very expensive too.
It would be, exactly.
Yeah.
So we're trying to say it's the same thing. Therapy is brilliant, dentistry is brilliant, but you need to brush your teeth every day. You need to do something for your brain, for your mind, every single day, and that's really, really vitally important. And yeah, I mean, and the same with neuroscience is that they're showing that the brain changes as you do certain things. I mean, can you imagine going on a date and you put this like EEG hat on with a little MRI scanner and you say, hang on, before we order the wine, let me just scan your brain. And then it does this brain scan and say, oh, your brain is nice. You know, we can order that wine. Your brain is beautifully shaped in all the right places. And that's what neuroscience is telling us these days. We can do something to work on our brains.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And I love how, you know, we know this, a healthy mind leads to a healthy and strong body. Now, how does this connect us to the concept of being your own therapist?
Yeah, it's brilliant. I love what you said. A healthy mind equals a healthy body, because people normally say a healthy body equals a healthy mind. But if you're not feeling up to it, you're not going to go for that walk or that run or order that salad because you're feeling a bit down. You might go for greasier...
The chips, the steak, the healthy things. You're speaking to me right now.
Yeah, exactly. But when you're feeling good, you're going to go for the healthier options. And that's why I love that. Healthier mind equals healthy body. So I go for therapy. And I'm really proud to say that I go for therapy. And no matter if you're feeling good, if you're feeling down, go for therapy. I can strongly recommend it to everyone. But I can't put my therapist in my pocket, okay? I can't walk around with my therapist all day and say, what now? I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling like this, I'm feeling like that. What do I do? So in this way, I can talk to myself. When you're nervous for an interview and you're on live TV, what do? You sit and you talk to yourself and you say, you got this, it's gonna be fine, you know? And in that way, I can be my own therapist. In the same way that if you go for tennis coaching, you got the, you know, I was watching Federer play his last game, it was so like emotional. But you got your tennis coach and they're teaching you how to play, but your tennis coach can't play your game. You've got to play your game.
You've got to do it for yourself.
You know?
And I want to know, how does this now, because I go to therapy too, and I think it's amazing, but for those who are, you know, doing therapy, counseling, and how does that work in conjunction with being your own therapist?
Yeah. So I think it's really, look, I've trained a lot of people to facilitate mindfulness, and I've trained a lot of therapists, professional people in the industry that have come to me and said, we would like to incorporate mindfulness into our therapy. And the world is changing because therapists are giving people mindful homework. They'll say, go and have a mindful coffee, go and eat your lunch or your breakfast mindfully. And I'm hearing more and more of that, and I'm seeing more and more of that in the professional spaces. So it's so wonderful for me to train therapists to see it happen, and that's just remarkable. And, you know, it's like if you go to a dietitian, and a dietitian will say, okay, this is your meal plan, this is what you need to do, but then you've got to go home and do the work.
You have to do the work.
You have to do the work.
The big question is, how can the Mindful Revolution now help us to be our own therapists?
So, yeah, there's just a wonderful partnering I see. It's not a competition, it's a partnering with therapy and mindfulness. And it's just such an important time for therapists and mindfulness facilitators to work together, and for therapists to be mindful facilitators. So there are so many different mindfulness practices for different emotional states. So you want to increase courage, you want to increase emotional intelligence, you want to increase focus, you want goal setting. And you do this daily when you sit and you meditate and you close your eyes, and there's so many different things. Like if you were going into a gym, you wouldn't just work your arms, you work your arms, you work your legs, you know, everything.
Full body.
Full body. And you work your brain in the same way with different practices.
Well, Mark Joseph, thank you so much for joining us today and
Thank you, Zoe.
sharing this. Of course, great for our Monday. And for you to find out more about Mindful Revolution's tips and tools and how you can become your own therapist, visit mindfulrevolution.io. Now, that's not all. You could be one of 3 lucky winners to win a Mindful Revolution package for your business worth 35,000 Rand. Now, visit our social media pages and tell us, why do you think your colleagues or employees could benefit from a mental wellness program? Remember to include that hashtag Mindful Revolution. The competition will close on Wednesday, the 28th of September. That's this Wednesday at 10 a.m. There are some T's and C's that apply, and you can find it on our website, expressoshow.com.